Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth episode in our series about what makes a Karen. We've previously looked at different stages in the history of the US and seen how cultural and historical events happening around a person could lead to them having a feeling of superiority or entitlement. In understanding the Karen phenomenon, it's essential to delve deep into the roots of entitlement and superiority. By studying the very fabric of history, we can trace back these behavioral patterns and how societal values have evolved or remained stagnant over time. As we journey through the 1850s and 60s in a little while, you'll see that the concept of freedom has always been multifaceted, often leading to conflicts in interpretation. It's through the Thompson family's generational experiences that we'll explore how personal and societal freedom can sometimes be at odds, and how these beliefs impact our perceptions and actions. Let's dive deeper into this intricate dance of history and behavior. The 1850s. Manifest Destiny. A journalist writes an article in 1845 where he coins the term manifest destiny to describe what is, in his mind, the Americans' God-given duty and right to spread across the continent and occupy every inch of it. Though freedom wasn't exactly the driving factor behind this movement, it's an interesting lens through which to view this period. In the eyes of these settlers, they had been given this land for free. All they had to do was get there. The personal or societal freedom of the people already living there didn't even register to these people. If one of the Thompson children would ask their parents why they were driving away the native population, they might have been told something like this. Our ancestors moved to this country to be able to worship God the correct way. In return, He has blessed us all today by gifting us this land. The savage people living here aren't really human and they don't know God. We are doing our Christian duty by providing them with safe reservations to live in and by introducing them to the one true God. If you're not completely sure how you feel about the Thompson family at this point, I'd say that would be completely normal. This was a pretty screwed up time and way of thinking, but the important thing to take away from this is that people are inevitably formed and shaped by the society in which they grow up. As awful as it was, these people had been spoon-fed the propaganda their whole lives that they were the superior people and that simply because they were Americans they were free to do whatever they wanted on the continent. But what did this lead to then? 1861, the American Civil War. After the Manifest Destiny era, and in the midst of a period where many Americans, particularly those in the South, felt their way of life was under threat, came the American Civil War. Tensions over issues such as states' rights, territorial expansion, and most prominently slavery finally reached their boiling point. Before we get into that, let's look at how the Thompson family might have been impacted by this period. If, for instance, they had settled in the South, they would very possibly have owned slaves. This was not only common, but was seen as an essential part of their livelihood and, in many cases, their status in society. In the eyes of many Southerners, they were fighting for their right to freedom. Their personal freedom to own slaves and manage their lands as they saw fit. Meanwhile, abolitionists in the North, driven by a moral imperative, sought to end the brutal institution of slavery, in essence striving for societal freedom for those enslaved. It's interesting to note here that both sides claimed to be fighting for freedom, but their definitions of freedom were inherently different and at odds with each other. The Southerners' concept of personal freedom directly infringed upon the rights and societal freedom of others, the enslaved Africans, while the Northerners' concept of societal freedom demanded an end to this infringement, in essence an end to some of the Southerners' personal freedom. Going back to the Thompson family, let's assume a son, Samuel Thompson, had joined the Confederate Army in the South. His motivation to fight might have been based on his perceived threat to his family's way of life, his personal freedom. He might say, "My father told me this land is a gift from God and we have the right to live here as we wish. If they take our slaves, they take our freedom! Meanwhile, in the north, another Thompson relative, let's say Benjamin Thompson, have joined the Union Army. His perspective might have been, my ancestors came to this land seeking freedom from tyranny, and it's my duty to ensure that freedom extends to all. Once again, we see a crucial conflict in the understanding of freedom. In the case of the Civil War, this clash led to the deadliest war in American history. When personal freedom directly infringes upon societal freedom, the stage is often set for conflict. As we've journeyed through some of the American history, observing the Thompson family and the broader societal landscape, it becomes clear that the feeling of superiority and entitlement isn't born overnight. It's a culmination of generations of beliefs, societal values, and individual experiences. The Karen phenomenon, though seemingly modern, has roots that run deep into the past. It's a reminder that to understand present behaviors, we must often look to history. The concept of freedom has always been a double-edged sword, with interpretations leading to both unity and conflict. As we reflect on these tales from the past, it's evident that our journey of understanding has much more to uncover. Join me in the next episode as we step into the 20th century. We'll delve deeper into the timeline and drawing even closer to the Thompson family's evolution. The past has laid the foundation, but as the world shifts around them, how will the Thompson navigate the changing tides? Stay tuned to find out. But in the meantime, I have a question to ask all of you. Regular viewers will have noticed a change in the backgrounds used in this video, and some might even have seen the signs that these images have all been generated by AI. I have always made the backgrounds that I'm using in these videos myself, but even though I can both draw and paint, I'm not very good at creating original images from nothing. Even when I want to do that, I have to Photoshop a finished image for me to work off of. That, plus me being colorblind, leads to the result that it takes a very long time for me to draw or paint anything. Besides, I enjoy the animation part much more anyways. It has always been my intention, when I was able to afford it, to outsource the backgrounds to artists that I would hire. But I'm not quite there yet. I'm still planning to do this when the income from the channel will be able to pay for it, but my question until then for you is this. What would you think of me using AI-generated backgrounds until I'm able to afford to pay real artists? I know that the use of AI, especially when it comes to generating images, is quite controversial, and I would sincerely love to hear your input on this. The way I see it is this. By using AI, I would be able to have much more colorful and interesting backgrounds in my videos. That would be a lot better looking than I ever would be able to make them myself realistically. And at a fraction of the time that I would use to make even the ones I've been making so far. I remember that I spent a couple of hours on this background that I used for my latest Caesar video. It looks pretty good, gets the job done, and it only took me a couple of hours. But I used AI to generate this image in literally under 8 minutes. I've created a poll over on my Patreon page where everyone, not only my patrons, will be able to vote. I would really appreciate your input on this, and if you have anything specific to say, I would love to read your comments both here and on Patreon. Besides that, there's not much left to say other than thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next episode of Stick Figure History.